ImSecretlyMads. Hello, I'm ImSecretlyMads, and welcome to next week's PC game releases. Now I'm gonna try and have one of these videos up every Sunday, so you know what to expect when it comes to PC game releases for the following week. Let's go. Alright, so the first game on here is called Binaries, and what I'm gonna do here is basically, for most of these games, I'm gonna read the Steam description of the game. When it comes to the game Binaries, Steam reads: test your reflexes and awareness as you simultaneously guide two lovable balls through 101 brightly colored challenges in the world's first concentration platformer. Control both at exactly the same time using the same set of controls, and watch out for hazards. Oh, and there are jokes. Game looks interesting, might actually check it out. Void 21. Void 21 is a procedurally generated arcade-style fast-paced runner and shooter. You're a pilot training with a highly maneuverable and lethal Void ship. Your objective is to reach the end of the level, either as quickly or as violently as possible, or both. The next game is called Istrolid or Istrolid. In Istrolid, you design your own unique spaceships from a large number of parts to fit your strategy and playstyle. With no set units or factions, you are free to create a fleet where each ship has its own balanced strengths and weaknesses. From basic fighters and bombers to hulking battleships and speedy destroyers. Daughter of Shadows, an SCP breach event. The player assumes the role of a dangerous and powerful girl known as SCP-029. After a facility-wide power outage occurs, numerous SCPs breach containment and proceed to wreak havoc throughout the facility. SCP-029 must use her mind-controlling powers to survive and find a way to escape from the facility. Sounds good. Looks kinda terrible. Next game is called Until I Have You. Until I Have You is a story-driven, fast-paced, retro-aesthetic platformer engulfed in a cyberpunk setting. And it totally looks like a game I'll be checking out. Super Arcade Football. Super Arcade Football is a fast-action modern take on the classic football genre. Sadly, it looks generic and boring. Next game is called Rambo. Rambo is an indie/casual/puzzle game inspired by the classic Sokoban, where you control a fluffy ram called Bo in his quest to free every soul trapped inside runestones. And I think I like the graphic style on this one. Looks pretty good. Honeycam Studio. Well, I'm guessing it's supposed to be Honeycam. It's written Unicam. Well, this game. I feel we've reached a special place with this game. In Honeycam Studio, players take control of a sleazy cam girl operation, rake in stacks of filthy internet money, and attract as many disgusting fans as you can in this fast-paced, click-happy and thoroughly perverted take on the business tycoon/management sim genre. Enter the Gungeon. Enter the Gungeon is a bullet hell dungeon crawler following a band of misfits seeking to shoot, loot, dodge roll, and table flip their way to personal absolution by reaching the legendary Gungeon's ultimate treasure, the gun that can kill the past. This is also one I think I'm excited about. Looks pretty cool. Good Robot. Good Robot is a fast-paced, roguelike shoot-em-up that pits you against thousands of robots out to violate your warranty. Explore a procedurally generated sci-fi metropolis and the depths of corporate depravity, but never stop shooting, unless of course you're a bad robot. And then of course we have a ton of VR games coming out this week. First one here is called Hover Junkers, and this one as well I think look pretty good. So the game's description says, VR with tracked controllers fly around in search of salvage to fortify your ship in this VR required multiplayer focused hovering platform game. Modbox. Modbox is a VR physics sandbox game for the HTC Vive. Create your own holodeck experience to play in and share. Next game is called A Legend of Luca. A Legend of Luca is a VR FPS roguelite in a Zelda-like world that uses screen scrolling where the player explores dungeons of many linked rooms to defeat bosses and gain their weapons. Player movement and camera using room-scale VR via, again, the HTC Vive. Space Pirate Trainer. Space Pirate Trainer VR is the official trainer for wannabe space pirates on the HTC Vive. Pick up your blasters, put on your sneakers, and dance your way into the Space Pirate Trainer Hall of Fame. Job Simulator. In a world where robots have replaced all human jobs, step into the Job Simulator to learn what it was like to job. And I gotta say, a lot of these VR games looks like a lot of fun. Maybe that's mainly because I don't have the opportunity to play any of them. Might be. CDF Starfighter. CDF Starfighter is an exciting, fun and beautifully detailed VR space combat simulator, immersing players into the experience of a starfighter pilot in the Colonial Defense Force universe. Light Repair Team Number 4. Light Repair Team Number 4 is a light reflection puzzle game where you play as a light pipe repair person. Figure out how to properly bounce, combine and split light so that you can return power to nearby buildings. And it's yet another VR game. A Wizard's Lizard Soul Thief. A Wizard's Lizard Soul Thief is a hardcore roguelite action RPG where you possess and play as monsters. Vanishing Realms. Vanishing Realms is an immersive RPG designed exclusively for virtual reality. Grab your sword and fight life-sized monsters in epic face-to-face melee combat. Explore mystic domains, outwit magical wards, seek lost artifacts, wield sorcery and steel to take on denizens of the undead realm. Next game is called Hot Dogs, Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. Do you like hot dogs? How about horseshoes? Hand grenades? Everyone likes hand grenades. Anyway, we've got all that and guns. So if you like cooking, lawn games, ordnance, this is the VR sandbox game for you. Toy Plane Heroes. Toy Plane Heroes is a unique multiplayer dogfighting game in which you are controlling a toy plane. The game is made for VR, and you are going to experience an incredible feeling of scale because you're a tiny toy figure. Sorcery Part 3. Well, actually, after the word sorcery, there's an exclamation point, so it's not sorcery, it's sorcery! Part 3. An epic open-world narrative adventure through a world of monsters, traps and magic. Explore two intermeshed worlds, past and present, and create your own unique story where every decision you make is remembered. Survive and defeat the 7 serpents, if you can. Next game is called Skeet VR Target Shooting. And it's just that, it's VR target shooting. Next game! Star Wars Battlefront Outer Rim. It's Battlefront DLC. If you're interested in Battlefront, you probably already knew this. Space Bit Attack. This is yet another VR game, and it reads: Space Bit Attack is an entirely new and captivating take on a retro arcade classic that gives you the space pilot experience you've always wanted from the cabinet games of yesteryear. Pierhead Arcade. It's a VR arcade. Diorama number 3, The Marchland. Visit the Marchland, a place where a drop of rain makes the difference between presence and absence of the passerby. Are these ghosts, or could the spectator be one? This, I think, is a VR visual novel type thing. Mushroom Wars. Mushroom Wars is a dynamic real-time strategy game where smart strategy meets furious action in epic PvP and PvE battles. Portal Stories VR. This thing really makes me want to own a VR headset. Portal Stories VR has a brand new mini story set in the Portal universe. It features 10 brand new puzzles, specifically designed to work using the 360 degrees room scale that Steam VR offers. XLR. XLR is a cooperative multiplayer tower defensive first-person heist game. Proton Pulse. Get ready for classic arcade brick-breaking action from a whole new perspective in virtual reality. Gunjack. Gunjack is a visually stunning virtual reality arcade shooter set in the sprawling EVE sci-fi universe. Jump into your heavy weapons turret, power up your guns, and challenge deadly waves of enemy ships determined to blast you and your crew into oblivion. Next game is called Impulse. Impulse is a unique musical murder mystery that follows Chris and his band Impulse through their first ever live show. After a local musician is murdered, the band decides to step in to figure out who the murderer is. Hide and Hold Out H2O. Hide and Hold Out is a multiplayer survival game taking place in a devastated water world. Gather, build, team up with your friends and establish the foundations of your future floating empire, utilizing the heavy guns of your battleships. Kill to Collect. Kill to Collect is a cyberpunk roguelike for up to 4-player co-op that is designed for short bursts of intense gameplay sessions, rewarding players for their skilled survival. MXGP2, the official motocross video game. MXGP2, the official motocross video game, is the evolution of the previous Milestones motocross game, MXGP. From the screenshots, this game looks quite impressive. A Blind Legend. A Blind Legend is the first ever action-adventure game without video, where ears replace eyes. Discover the original innovative sensory experience of binaural 3D sound. Now this one might actually be quite interesting. I have played a mobile game called Sixth Sense, where you basically put on a decent headset, close your eyes, and there are zombies coming at you from every direction, and you need to try and figure out where they're coming from and swipe your finger on the screen to shoot that direction. It gets really intense. Slime Jumper. Slime Jumper is a cool jump and run, somewhere between Super Mario and Super Meat Boy, with nice direct controls. Somehow it doesn't quite look as good as either Super Mario or Super Meat Boy. It might control well though. Chiku. Chiku is a nail-bitingly hard platformer in which the player has to escape the evil Barrington farm you'll be forced to dodge saws, spikes, and many other deadly traps in order to save your brethren and rise against the evil Dr. Barrington. I like the look of this game, might check it out. The 5th Expedition. Guide your team of explorers into the treacherous depths of an ancient machine on a mission to restore the old mechanisms to life and to save your people on the surface who rely on the age-old constructs for food and shelter. No Thing. The year is 1994 and it's the future. No Thing is a minimalistic surreal action game set in totalitarian regime of future. Surreal indeed. Warden, Melody of the Undergrowth. This is a third-person action adventure about 3 protagonists delving into an overgrown civilization and discovering an ancient god. Automata Empire. Seize power as the self-declared ruler of an empire of fuzzy cellular automata monsters. Herd hundreds of mindless subjects to smash your rivals' castles and steal their territory. Fortify. Fortify is a real-time strategy game with a tower defense twist. Aurora, RL. This is written a little bit weird. Player takes control over a spaceship that was built with the cooperation of all human nations. His task is to explore space, establish relationships with alien races, and bring back home any valuable objects. Glitch Runners. Chaotic 5-player mayhem takes over in Glitch Runners, a local multiplayer experience like no other. Looks like it might be a lot of fun. If there's local multiplayer only, it probably won't do well. Prog 1. Prog 1 is a 2D puzzle platformer designed around a core mechanic. You play an anthropomorphic computer virus that infects virtually everything it touches. Pun intended. Tenro. Tenro is a logic puzzle game. Includes 35 levels. And that's all they've written about this game, which looks like a really simple little logic puzzle game indeed. Silver Bullet, Prometheus. Infiltrate the military research lab conspiring with the devil and hunt down the demons. This game also looks quite promising. Can't wait to see how it does. And today's final game, Bleak. Welcome to Glimmer, a super high difficulty, fantastical 2D action platformer, complete with an expansive original soundtrack. Alright, that's all for now. I hope you've enjoyed this. Are there any games you're looking forward to? Let me know in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!